Every man dreads it, yet most never prepare for it. The moment he realizes the woman he thought was his has already given her heart and often her body to someone else. It rarely happens suddenly. More often, men sense it long before it becomes undeniable. But instead of confronting the truth, they bury their instincts under excuses, rationalizations, or blind hope. Women rarely announce their replacement outright. They signal it. They reveal it in patterns, shifts, and behaviors that speak louder than any confession. Unless you know how to read those signs, you'll cling to the illusion that you still matter, while another man quietly occupies the space you once held. 1. The disappearance of emotional intimacy. The first and most telling sign is her sudden emotional distance. Where she once shared her inner world with you, now conversations feel shallow and forced. She no longer asks about your life, and she no longer reveals her own. Women don't withdraw emotionally without cause. If she's no longer leaning on you, it's because she's leaning on someone else. Emotional energy is never lost. It is redirected. 2. Unavailability becomes the norm. She used to answer quickly, make time for you, and rearrange her schedule to be with you. Now, she's too busy, too tired, or too overwhelmed. Yet she somehow has endless energy for everything that doesn't involve you. Understand this clearly. No woman is ever too busy for the man she desires. Her unavailability isn't random. It's a deliberate reallocation of her time. When she says she's busy, what she means is she's busy with someone who isn't you. 3. Coldness in affection. A woman's desire reveals itself in her touch, her eyes, and her energy. When she once craved your closeness, but now avoids intimacy, pulls away from your touch, or treats your advances as inconveniences, it isn't that attraction has mysteriously died. It has shifted. If her passion is gone with you, it's alive elsewhere. Attraction doesn't evaporate. It migrates. 4. The brutality of indifference. Anger means she still cares. Frustration means she is still invested. But indifference, that is the death blow. When your presence or absence barely registers, when your efforts spark no reaction at all, it's because she has already transferred her emotional investment to another man. Indifference is not neutrality. It is replacement. 5. Social media as her stage. In today's world, infidelity and replacement rarely happen silently. Social media exposes everything. She may not post the other man directly, but her online behavior transforms. Suddenly, she's posting more, dressing differently, flaunting independence, and hiding her activity from you. Unexplained unfollows, vanishing stories, or selective blocking aren't coincidences. She's building a digital stage, not for you, but for him. 6. The body tells the truth. Words can lie, eyes and body cannot. She once leaned into you, smiled effortlessly, and touched you playfully. Now she angles away, stiffens at your presence, and withdraws from closeness. Even in silence, her body broadcasts the truth. Her intimacy has been redirected. 7. The sudden need for independence. She starts talking about self-love, personal space, or focusing on her career. On the surface, it sounds empowering. In reality, it's camouflage. Women rarely walk away from stability without another source of attention waiting. Her sudden independence is not self-discovery, it's detachment disguised, and the space she claims to need is already filled by someone else. 8. Conversations turn. Transactional communication shifts from warm to dry, from engaged to obligatory. Where she once cared about your day, now her replies are short, delayed, or perfunctory. She hasn't forgotten how to connect. She's simply connecting with someone else. Her silence with you mirrors her investment elsewhere. 9. You disappear from her future. Listen to her language. Has we turned into I? Has our plans turned into my plans? When a woman has replaced you, you vanish from her vision of tomorrow. She doesn't plan with you because she's already planning around him. That erasure is subtle but final. 10. Irritation. Without cause. Everything you do annoys her. The way you talk, the way you breathe, the way you exist in her space. Understand, irritation is the shadow of disinterest. What she once found charming now grates on her nerves because her affection has migrated elsewhere. 11. Comparisons and projections. She begins casually admiring other men, a coworker's ambition, a friend's thoughtfulness, a stranger's lifestyle. These aren't harmless observations. They're comparisons. She's projecting the qualities she admires in the man who's replaced you, while subtly justifying why she's checking out of the relationship. 12. Guilt in disguise. Sometimes she overcompensates, being overly kind, excessively defensive, or strangely generous. This isn't devotion, it's guilt. She's covering tracks she doesn't want exposed. Her smiles don't reach her eyes. Her reassurances feel hollow. Deep down, she knows she's already betrayed you. 13. Silence. Where there was once conflict in the past, she fought for the relationship, even in anger. Now, she no longer argues. Don't mistake silence for maturity. It's not peace. It's apathy. She doesn't fight because she doesn't care. The energy she once spent on fixing things is now fueling someone else's story. 14. Shifts in routine and priorities. Women weave men they love into their routines. When she loves you, you're part of her mornings, her evenings, her downtime. When another man enters the picture, routines change. Bedtime shift, free hours vanish, social outings multiply. You slip further down her list of priorities until even trivial distractions outrank you. It's not that she doesn't have time. It's that she no longer chooses to give it to you. 15. Loss of support. A loyal woman celebrates your wins and comforts your struggles. When she's replaced you, that support evaporates. She no longer cheers for you because she's already cheering for someone else. Her loyalty hasn't vanished. It's been reassigned. 16. Language betrays her pay. Attention to her words. We becomes I. Jokes turn dismissive. Stories include someone you don't know. These slips aren't accidents. They're clues to where her identity and her affection has migrated. 17. Transformation by influence. Suddenly her interests, style, or habits change. New hobbies, new music, new clothes. These shifts aren't random. They're her aligning herself with another man's world. The woman who once shaped her life around you now reshapes it around him. 18. Her reaction to your absence. A woman who still values you panics at distance. A woman who's replaced you doesn't even notice. Your silence, which should trigger concern, instead gives her freedom. In her mind, your absence has already been filled. 19. Arguments become weapons. When she fights, it's no longer to solve problems. It's to justify her detachment. Notice the pattern. The very complaints she throws at you often mirror what she admires in him. The fights are no longer about you. They're about comparisons she's already made. 20. Recklessness. With boundaries. The final stage is her carelessness. She stops protecting the relationship. She flirts openly, hides nothing, and stops worrying about how her actions affect you. This isn't oversight. It's strategy. She no longer fears losing you because, in her mind, she already has a replacement. The hard truth. By the time you notice these signs, she hasn't just drifted. She's migrated. Mentally, emotionally, and often physically to another man. Her body language, her routines, her words, her silence, all of them testify to the same reality. You've already been replaced. The choice then is yours. You can cling to denial, begging for scraps of the woman she once was. Or you can face the truth with clarity, accept that her loyalty has shifted, and reclaim your dignity by walking away. Because the most brutal truth is also the most liberating. Once a woman has replaced you, she's no longer yours to lose.